Let's create our own editor commands. Alright, so some of you may be familiar with the command palette, some of you may not. You can access it right there at the top from Editor, Command Palette, or the shortcut Control-Shift-P. And you have a bunch of commands here that you can just run. And for example, script editor, you got make floating there, right? So if you were to just run that, boom. Now here it's popped out and floating. And really, this is kind of basic stuff because you already kind of had buttons in that for it. But the point is, we can create our own commands. Now, I'm going to show you how we can do that very simply, as well as show you maybe one use case that you might want to include into your projects. All right, so the easiest way that we can actually accomplish this now in 4.5 is we can just right click, create a new script. Right, we can go ahead and name this. Let's call it, let's go with greeting. We'll call it greeting. It's going to extend the editor script, right? And hit create. And let's open that up, and you'll see we automatically have tool here at the top. We extend editor script, and this lets us know that when we come up to the top, we go file, run, whatever's inside of this function is what's going to execute. Now, going up there, file, run, you could do that, but that would involve having the script open, finding it in your files, locating it, opening it, bring it into here, and then run it. But we're not going to do that. So all we're going to do here is we're just going to print to the console. Let's go with hello world. Let's get developing. Right. I'll go ahead and save that, and we can even completely I was going to say we can completely close that, but we're missing one thing. It's not going to show up in our command palette yet because we do have to give this a name. And to do that, it's just the same as any class. So we go class underscore name and give it a name. I'll call this greetings. Right, so now I can go up to editor and command palette or hit Control Shift P to bring it up. And now if I were to search greetings, there it is. So Control Shift P, type in greeting, and now I just hit enter. And there it is. It's right there in my output. Hello world, let's get developing. So you can create these little commands for you to just execute into your project at any point. And these can obviously be small things to things that are obviously going to save you time, especially if you're someone that does game jams. Being able to create your own commands like this to just quickly open, search, execute, just real quick, and then have it do something that would normally take you a while. For example, maybe creating a bunch of folders, your entire file structure for your project. All right, so I'm going to create a new script here. This is going to be, of course, extend editor script. I'm going to call this generate folders. I'll hit create, open that up, and here we are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just give this a class name, and inside of run, I'm going to have it go into my res directory and execute or create a bunch of files or folders for me. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and run it. There we go. So run, I just have my list of directories, and we're going for all of my directories inside of my directories array. I'm gonna, if the directory is not absolute, then we're gonna go ahead and make directory recursive absolute. Simple as that. And then if we have any errors, we're gonna print it out. If the folder already exists, we'll print that out. And if it's a success, we'll do that. Great, so now all I have to do is just go Control Shift P, generate, and there it is. Run it, and once it says the project folders are created, but I'm looking here at the file system and it's not there. Huh. Well, what happens if I right click and open in File Manager? Well, I can see them all there. Assets, data, scenes, script, shaders, UI, music, sound, sprites, right? I can see all these folders here, but why don't I see them in the file system inside of Godot? That's weird. Well, let's click back over to Godot. Oh, look, there they are. So the reason why that happens is because when you tab out and then tab back into Godot, that's when it refreshes and rescans your directory. Same with importing in, but of course when you import in, you're kind of doing that already, right? Because you're kind of tabbing back in as you import, so that's going to give you a refresh on all your folders. So what we have to do, if we want something like this, if we want something like this, all we have to do is come down to the end, and right after we print out our project is successful, we just have to call editor interface dot get resource file system and just call dot scan. That's it. And now when we execute this, this is going to force the file system to rescan the directory for new files and folders. So if we do it now and we search generate and run it. Oh, I said scan. Well, that's not it. That's not correct. There we go. Let's try that again. All right, we run that and we see just like that, instantly all of our folders have been created and it's been refreshed, so we can see everything on the side there. And now if we were to be doing this in a game jam, we just saved ourselves, depending on how many folders now that's created in there, for the setup that you're doing, I don't know, maybe a few minutes. In that few minutes, if you do game jams, as you know, might be crucial for you. Those last few minutes to get an export out, those last few minutes to fix a bug, right? Just that little bit longer that you get to polish up your game or to finish a feature or something. There you go. That's just one use example of how you can create commands, as well as a practical use that you might want to have in here. All right, and with 4.5 being able to just duplicate a project, you could just make a dummy template that you just copy from for all your projects. Then you would have all these editor scripts already in there, all these commands pre-existing. All right, so that's something that you could do. But all right, there you go. There's an example, something useful, something you think about, something that can save you time. And with that, take care, have yourself a good one, and I'll see you guys next week.